Here we go, with third map of the last quarterfinals, and it's gonna be Isis Mirror, if I've seen it correctly. Yes, I did. Interesting. Interesting. And we're then going to be seeing who is better with Isis, BoIt or GrandMonster. Well, so far, based on the games that we have seen, BoIt definitely does have very good control of Isis. So I'll be slightly expecting that maybe he could be better. Because GrandMonster, he played Ra last game around, but he would have been kind of toastish if BoIt wasn't all that adventurous and rather impatient, that's the correct word. But let's see how the map is gonna go this time around. It seems already right off the bat better for BoIt because of the gold mine on the right and plenty of hunt right next to it, so he's gonna discover it. And on the gold quite close by, so Miguel is probably gonna be dropped about here. I would be thinking not much interesting stuff on the left, just the TC, which doesn't cover anything, but it is interesting in the way that it's actually going to be challenging the gold from his opponent. That could be a bit of an issue, of course, for GrandMonster, because he doesn't have gold mines on the right, just potentially this, but that's basically half of the map, and it's similar situation for GrandMonster against BoIt. He's gonna be having Saki TC on the right, potentially challenging the gold for BoIt, so more or less the same for both. It's actually a pretty fair spawn. What could be a problem is this gold, because it's kinda behind the tree line, that's not really great indeed. Probably will need some kind of protection of Migdol about this position, which is always not ideal. But this gold discovered right about now by GrandMonster is gonna be absolutely the same as for BoIt, who is just now going for the Aurochs, but he will be moving into the Caribous sometime soon, so I would be expecting. But so far he's scouting on the left, looking at all the gold that actually GrandMonster is having. So he'll be seeing quite a good portion of what GrandMonster's strategy is gonna be, and you can see already a bit of a slight lead by 6 points for BoIt. Nothing really that major, but just that he was probably faster in food gathering and such. So first relic is for better chariots hit points. Very nice indeed. You're gonna see plenty of chariots in this Eggy mirror, most definitely. And second is for archer range, which I think also applies to chariot archers. So better range or better hit points. So definitely better range. The better range is always going to be better, because it allows you a bit more attacks. And 5% on hit points, even though it's not bad on about 100 hit points, or how many does Chariot have, the range is always gonna be slightly more favorable for him. So already BoIt going to be coming all the right side, or rather to the right side. He has discovered the Saki gold for his opponent that he can be fairly easily abusing, and he has discovered, oh yeah, it's a good rally for himself. He's going to be taking it into his home base, and in that case he will be having both of them. And of course GrandMonster is going to be having a problem, because right now BoIt is going to be having chariots with both 5% more hit points and second +2 range. Well, this is gonna be an unequal battle if I ever saw one between them, because I'm fully expecting they're gonna go for something similar, both of them. Well, already discovered the gold mine. He's going to be moving a bit more as GrandMonster is discovering him as well. He hasn't seen the gold yet. This is just too far away. It's gonna be ending about the forest. Maybe he has seen at least the hunt. But of course this one is gonna help as BoIt is moving forward, so that he can gather from these elks and caribous and whatnot. Yeah, caribous. Before he is under some kind of assault in the heroic age. But still, it's probably not going to be that much of an issue. And both are having a very nice hunt at good spots. Some polar bears are going to be a bit annoying in here, apparently. A bit more annoying, because there are not enough villages. There are just 4. Yeah, he needs to micro, actually. He definitely needed to micro. That was a bit threatening in there, as the opponent doesn't have such a problem. GrandMonster is continuing with the scouting, and so is, of course, right about now BoIt. So Girdle of Hippolyta is up, as we are looking at the temple up as well. For the opponent just come in. Oh, this is actually looking like that the faster heroic from BoIt is going to be quite a bit faster. He might be already ready to actually drop himself into the next age. Moving right now with Tutmos and be coming for the next relic. That's also going to be super important for him, as he has finished with the temple and as he already clicked. Well, GrandMonster is having resources for advance, it seems like. BoIt, I think that you should be having as well. This probably is a bit tricky. Not really truly representative of what it is, but maybe it isn't, and we're going to be seeing even a bit of a surprise with GrandMonster advancing a bit faster. He could be, because right now he is quite a bit of resources below BoIt, which usually signals advance into the next age, because you are basically just spending resources and not having them in your tank. So does this really mean that BoIt is still not advancing? Maybe it does. Maybe it really does. Ah, yeah, right now, BoIt. Okay, scratch everything, scratch everything. The timer is just unreliable. And of course, BoIt is advancing at 5:26. And looking at all this hunt, it should really be fairly easy for him to advance at 7:30 advance for the faster heroic. But what I definitely like is all the scouting that GrandMonster is doing. You can see he's placing now armor camera from BoIt. He's placing the obelisk absolutely everywhere. He will know about the whole layout of the map. And I'm not all that certain that actually BoIt does have the same information. He does have enough. He knows where the gold is for his opponent, so he knows where to raid with chariot archers. He knows about the right side, about everything as well. So yeah, it's not bad. But I'm liking the scouting by GrandMonster a bit more. I think he's a bit more diligent with it. And yeah, he should be rewarded for it a bit better. If he still advances at the correct timing, because right now it seems like that BoIt will be quite ahead in the heroic age, and with the stronger chariots that he's already having, it's already going to be having, or rather, yeah, being quite a strong effect for his game against his opponent. So moving forward, getting rid of the obelisks so that there are not enough information for GrandMonster. That's definitely something that needs to happen, as prosperity is cast right now. Pharaoh just now coming into place to empower as well for a bit more extra. And looking at the opponent, he's probably going to be casting it sundown soon as well. Right now he's having how many villages on gold? 3, 6, 8. His opponent is having already a bit more. He's going to be sending even extras in there. Maybe he could have waited a bit, but he probably wanted to advance as soon as possible, which I think is very viable in the mirror. And especially considering, yet again, I have to repeat it, the stronger chariot archers. He needs to be getting a bit more of them up, and basically to exacerbate the advantage that he's already going to be having. So priests up. That's going to be apparently a bit of a priest standoff. 5 versus 4, so you can guess who's gonna win. Well, right now, it's not going to be that easy, because BoIt wasn't paying full attention right now at this bit of kiting. That worked for him, as he's right now moving forward, trying to be annoying. He can get on the hunt, which could be kind of tricky. Neft is through at 7:30 as we expected. That's gonna be Migdol here, exactly. And we're probably going to be expecting from him to move into the second DC at the back. Not really the front, because it doesn't do anything for him yet. It will be important for potentially trade a bit later to protect it from this left side if he goes for that trade and not the one from the right, which I think that he should be coming from the top one. But yeah, the TC at the back is going to be slightly safer, and he doesn't want to have to worry about anything at all. He just wants to be applying pressure and be the one that concentrates on the attack. So Neftis, about 40 seconds later. Quite a bit of difference, but of course, as we are going to be looking at the chariot archers a whole lot better. Yeah, both relics are going to be useful for them. +2 range, +5 hit points, +5% hit points. So yeah, GrandMonster is gonna be disappointed when he actually gets his own up. In the meantime, it's of course gonna result into defensive Migdol. So GrandMonster is actually not going to be having all that safe gold. His next safe gold mine is going to be this one. He should have walled already, I think. And it's not really all that hard walling, right? Short one here, and he's having safe gold. But well, he's probably quite want to play in with fire. And well, right now BoIt is not really exactly all that dangerous. He's just right now getting rid of the obelisks and not really active enough. He should be a whole lot more active, trying to see what's gonna happen right now. For example, the second TC, which is a bit of a switch in strategy from BoIt, as BoIt is the aggressive one, whereas GrandMonster is going to be relying on the economy, the same as he did in the last game around. So difference, 20 range, 22 range, and 103 hit points, and these guys are having just 99. 4 hit points, well, better than nothing, of course, especially as far as the numbers are going to be coming up pretty soon, and this looks like some kind of dark ritual. All those pieces on the one obelisk in there. But yeah, of course. It wasn't really that major advantage for them, as BoIt is trying to get rid of the tower and basically open his way into the Migdol stronghold, because so far this is just ranged units and subpar ones, and you can see that the siege tower just, yeah, well dudes, I don't mind, just throw the rocks at me and the magical projectiles as well that the priests are sending. So moving ever forward with another siege tower coming up, the priests are basically, if you are wondering why they're actually making the priests, both of them, it's the defense against ancestors, because both are expecting some fast casting of ancestors, and of course, if you are having so many priests, it's not useful anymore to use it. And you can basically just forget about it in the next battles. Right now, BoIt is going to be entering an interesting moment in the game, yet again, as in the last one. Finally, at least some camos are going to be coming up from him, because GrandMonster is switching through his stronger economy into the elephants, the stronger economy because of the second TC, and already some farms coming up, as he will be running out of the goatees pretty soon. His opponent not really all that much, but he's not going for them. You can see that he's fully relying on the chariot archers, which is yet again not gonna be working for him, even though they are stronger. The elephants, even just a few of them, are just a bit too powerful for anything that the chariots can do. And they are a significant game changer. Right now, this is gonna be interesting who actually chooses to use ancestors and how. Right now, I'm thinking they should be some kind of like decoy or basically just diversion or whatnot. The dancing chariot in there. And basically, I would be using them if I were either of the players. When there is a big engagement, I would have somebody scout somewhere else and cast them on the economy. Because that will basically make sure that the priests are not going to be present. And it's going to be quite expensive to get rid of them. And I think that's going to be the best usage of ancestors in this game. Because I don't see either of the players not having enough priests in preparation for that. I really don't. So second TC is going to be the front one. But already way too late, and I'm really expecting there's going to be already a pretty big advantage in economy for GrandMonster. Once this engagement breaks, which it does. Well, already 8 villages more for GrandMonster. Resources gathered are getting also kinda tricky, even though still they are more or less equal. Looking at some upgrades, it's going to be Hendux and Shaft Mine. For BoIt, for the opponent, it's going to be basically the same. He's having even plow on top of that. And he's having, well, plenty of farms already for him. So this is gonna be right now a bit of an investment for BoIt as well, because right now GrandMonster can do it. Whereas BoIt is still using plenty of hunt for his own ends, and he's still fully reliant on all the chariot archers. But unfortunately, he's not doing anything significant with them. Right now, he's just basically standing there, and he could be quite easily taking about 5 and just go for raiding. Just go around the map. Right now the walling is finished, so it's not going to be effective anymore. It's going to be basically stopped. But still, he needs to do some divisive actions and basically make his opponent make a mistake. Oh well, still in a TC, that's an idea. That's actually an important idea. Because it will allow mercenaries from BoIt into the battlefield. Which could be helping against the elephants, but the elephants are already getting at pretty huge numbers. And looking at the basically all the missing stuff, this might be actually coming back to bite him, because you won't be able to finish anything significant in there before GrandMonster notices. Hopefully for GrandMonster. Right now he probably still doesn't know, as Monumental Soldiers is going to be coming up to prevent potential ancestors, even though I don't think they would be that useful. But looking at the armies, maybe it wouldn't be the worst idea. Right now probably he should be having it clicked to cast his own BoIt. Because if he is caught in a situation that his opponent does cast them, and he doesn't, it could be getting a bit tricky. Yeah, right now GrandMonster's ancestors, and BoIt wasn't fast enough yet. BoIt should have expected this. He definitely should have, and he should have cast his own. Right now he's gonna be absolutely slaughtered. He doesn't stand a chance because of all those tanks. All those elephants, even though he does have the priests. So the ancestors themselves are not really effective. You can see he's right now killing them one by one without any kind of problem. It's just a bit of a diversion, and the units are shooting at them and not dealing with this. So TC is gonna be a waste of resources, a big waste of resources, and all of this is gonna be resulting into pretty much a British army. That's gonna be siege works for him. Second Migdal right there. And even some mercenaries are going to be making an appearance. So TC with 100 hit points surviving. Well, somebody got the clutch. Well, this is supremely unlucky for GrandMonster. Oh, he probably misplayed. He should have been sending elephants a bit more into the TC. He still could be keeping it down, I think, if he sends like some extra elites in there. But unfortunately he didn't. And BoIt is gonna be casting ancestors extra. He needs to be right now getting rid of the priests. Not really screw those mercenary cavalry guys. Yeah, right now mercenaries on the other side. But of course, he's casting them in the middle. of even more priests than he was having. So, oh man. Oh man. Yeah, well. Still, it's gonna be at least working for him a bit, but definitely could have been played a bit more efficiently. Right now the priest, or rather the siege tower, is gonna be a bit of an issue, and this battle is still going for GrandMonster. It most definitely is. Even though BoIt is getting up in the economy, he's having 1 extra TC. He's not getting extra villages out of it. It's just costing him resources. And finally, mercenary is coming up, and this could be the moment that is gonna lead into BoIt taking some initiative, because he's sending some extra chemos. Well, he doesn't have any food. Oh, he's gonna be... Oh, he's having no food right about now. He cannot make... Oh, so many idols everywhere. He's gonna be in such a tough situation because he cannot produce anything else than chariot archers. Well, this guy could help. Scorpion Man is actually a good idea against especially the elephants. He definitely could be using some more camelry, but he doesn't have food. He doesn't have food economy at all. And even though he's winning somehow on score through the gold economy, he needs to be dropping a market, which he did. He's going to be starting a trade already. And he probably is going to be buying food for himself, because I don't see the economy for him at all. Yeah. He's really going full on gold, and he's going to be buying food. I'm fairly certain that's going to happen. And this is going to be a horrible trap for GrandMonster's villages, exactly as we expected at the very start of the game. This should have been protected by Migro, or maybe just some towers, but well, it isn't. They don't have anywhere to run. He tried, but there is forest. So villagers are gonna be dying. This gold is not safe anymore for you, and he's gonna be running out. 1500 left. 1500 left, and he doesn't have trade. He does have market, but not trade. And it seems to be going alright for BoIt. He has finally been able to repair this. And unfortunately, I don't think he has enough food even for masons, which would be doing quite a good job for him, and it would be supremely helpful. But of course, the elephants are always gonna be a problem, and he needs to somehow make up for that. Either he should be making a migdol or just plain towers, because he needs to somehow get extra damage against the war elephants. Maybe just dropping towers and crenellations would be enough actually for him to basically not care about the elephants anymore. Still, chariot archers doing a good job. Through the extra upgrades, they're of course helping, but not really that much in here. Because let's face it, the range is not really used. They are coming in, the pesky monument being in the way, but the TC is right now fully upgraded, and we are looking at the villages helping with this, as Camelry is coming up together with the Scorpion Man, and not really enough priests to get rid of it. Not really enough priests. Siegers are coming up times 2, and it seems like that GrandMonster is going to be pushing forward. But yet again, we mustn't forget, it's basically scramble for gold. 500 and counting down, and he doesn't control any gold anywhere else on the map. This is not his, and this one is quite far away, and far cry from actually being considered safe for GrandMonster overall. So even though BoIt might be losing this TC, I'm not all that certain he's gonna might all that much. Because all he needs is actually make GrandMonster spend ton of gold into this battle, which he definitely is. And well then, good luck with the rest of the game. He does have a bit in here still left, but that's also running out to 100. And right now we're gonna be out right about now. And what to do next? That's the question. There are villages from BoIt. Potentially the gold mine could be coming for GrandMonster, but it's already almost deadish as well, as far as the resources go. So even though this looks to be going quite well for GrandMonster, in the long run, BoIt is so much better off, because he does have a ton of gold, whereas his opponent doesn't. So this seems like that it's going to be a successful conquest, finally, of the concentrate. Doesn't seem like that those villages should be carrying up any longer. Yes, so goodbye TC, which is of course gonna result in not that much of a problem. You can see BoIt just going to be coming with it up yet again. Extra release coming there, trying to take the TC for not sure what reason. Not sure what reason all that much, as the chariot archers are still coming up to get rid of even the villagers. You can just basically target the release and get rid of the economy that way, as it is very well prepared all across the map. Chariot archers are waiting for the exodus of the villagers. That didn't happen, and those guys have finished as well. So 2 markets, or rather 2 markets, 1 market. This is armory, but all he could be doing is basically selling wood and food, and that's not anything viable for the long run, especially when your opponent is the one who is controlling all the gold mines on the map and going for the back TC to be having 3 as well. As of course GrandMonster is still being denied still being denied and hoping that if he can get the TC soon enough, he could be having some kind of way of controlling this gold mine, but BoIt is well on top of that. Right on top of that, with the Migral being built, and of course he needs to fortify this gold as much as possible. Basically just place as many Migral towers around it, and that's going to be securing the win for you, because the GrandMonster won't be having any kind of chance of going much on the left side, because if he did, he would be relinquishing the right side yet again, and he just cannot afford that. So yeah, the armies are getting kind of thinner from GrandMonster than he would be liking. And with all the gold that BoIt has to be having at this stage... Well, actually he doesn't have all that much gold. I would be expecting a whole lot more for him. He's having even Cabaret. Kinda curious that he doesn't have enough. And right now the siege tower and even the villages are gonna be coming for the Migral. Yeah, this is, I think, slightly underestimated by BoIt. He should have really been building a lot more than just one Migral. That's definitely not enough. Chariot archers, I kinda guess, screw them. Just get at the villages, they are going hungry for the gold. But chariot archers and camels in there, yeah, the army is slowly but surely getting ever stronger for BoIt, and BoIt is going to be killing everything in here inside. Elephant almost dead, siege tower gonna be soaking some damage, but of course, once BoIt sends those chariot archers a bit closer to the gold mine to get rid of all of these, yeah, GG should be following quite soon, as all the villages are going to be stealing the gold for him, and yep, right now we see it, well played by BoIt, well played control, and apparently chariot archers were enough, even though I would have really thought that GrandMonster with the elephants would be having a bit more of an edge than he was. Well played. And a very nice Isis mirror actually, with different approaches to the god, and it proved that BoIt is a bit more experienced and knows what's working with Isis a bit better. Alright, so let's switch into post-game. Well, BoIt winning everything in the end. But the food, of course, it was kind of curious to see BoIt actually absolutely not caring about food, just going full on gold with all villages and some wood for the chariot archers, and well, it did prove to be the correct strategy apparently. Curious it might be. Well, GG. Yeah, you can see the resource is pretty much the same in the end.